how I am losing 30 pounds at the age of 44 and as a mom of 4. So this is week 2 and I'm sharing my results. If you haven't watched the last 2 videos, go back and watch them so you know what we're doing. So I'm Ileka Falette, and about 8 years ago I lost 120 pounds. I've kept it off for the last 8 years. At the end of last year, around October, November, I had some major things happen in my life and I picked up about 30 pounds. And so now, getting started with this year, I've decided to take this transformation back to YouTube. And so I'm sharing over the next 8 weeks how I am losing 30 pounds at the age of 44 and as a mom of 4. So let's get started with this video. I'm gonna share my results for week 2. All right, let's go. So here's what I'm doing first, right? So each week you're gonna see this, so stick around for the next few minutes because you're gonna see me do the transformation where I'm showing the side-by-side of where I am now versus where I was the day we started, right? But let me share with you what I'm doing because this is the true plan. I want you guys to gain a plan here. The reason you're watching this is to know that you can do it too. So I'm sharing what I'm doing. And if you follow me here, I want you to also follow me on Instagram and also join Facebook groups, right? Follow me on Facebook. You'll get all those details in the description of this video. And I'm even hosting events. So go in the description of this video, go to ilekafalette.com and let's get together. I'm gonna share with you today what I've been eating, what exercise has been looking like, and then also some additional tips that I'm doing to really make this happen, right? At 44 years old, people tell us all the time, it's hard to lose weight. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you that you can do it, okay? You can do it. And remember, it's not just about weight loss, it's about feeling better. The reason I jumped on this journey is because my knees started hurting again. If you've been following me for a while, you know the reason I even lost the 120 pounds, obviously was because, I wanted to keep up with my kids. I wanted them to have an example of good health, and I wanted to feel better. I got tired of my back hurting, my knees hurting, hearing cracks every time I got up and all that stuff. Or the end of last year, when I started hearing those cracks again, when my knees started bothering me again, when I noticed that I didn't have the energy that I normally had, I was like, nope, time to make a shift. And I love to do that right here because you guys know how transparent I am. I actually shared that I had skin removal surgery too at the end of middle of last year to remove the excess skin. I'm sharing now that guess what? Even after having skin removal surgery, you can sometimes gain weight, a little bit of weight back. Let me share with you guys what nutrition looks like for me so that you can start to create that for you. Food. Here's what I've been doing, right? If you've been following me for a while, you know that I consistently been a keto low carb girl. Well, that is now shifted a bit. Still stick relatively low carb, but I'll add a couple of things in, like I may have a little bit of rice here and there. May even have a rice cake, because I really like rice cakes. I know that's weird, but I've been eating them since I was a kid, because I started my first diet at 8 years old. Breakfast. What I normally do for breakfast is I'll have something like eggs. I'll have 2 regular eggs and then just do some egg white. And so that's gonna give me more protein because remember, after the age of 35, as a woman, we're losing protein every day, right? We're losing muscle mass every day. And protein helps us to keep our muscle because we wanna keep our shape, right? Now, when you eat a whole egg, it's gonna give you protein and fat, right? Which is fine, but we also wanna kind of be conscious, how much fat we're bringing in. So what I'll do is I'll have the protein, the fat, and then I'll add some additional protein with the egg whites. And then I may have some meat with it. So I'll have either sausage or I'll have some ground beef or some steak. I get my beef from a regenerative farm. And if you send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram or send me an email, I'll share with you the farm that I use. I'll send you an email where you can get $20 off from that farm as well. And you can actually get your meat. And it's pretty affordable, honestly. This is actually really comparable in price. So that's why I use that. So breakfast is very protein focused with some fat in there. And remember guys, I'm not necessarily doing intermittent fasting or anything like that. What I'm doing is intuitive eating. So I'm watching what I'm doing. I'm listening to my body. Why am I eating this? Am I eating because I'm hungry? Or am I eating because it's there? Or am I eating because I'm bored? We get to pay attention to that because that's gonna help when it comes to nourishing our bodies. Lunch. Many times I won't have lunch because I'm usually not hungry around that time. So I may have a cup of tea, which is like my matcha coffee, mushroom coffee tea, right? So it's like I do the rise coffee. So I'll have some of that, or I'll have a cup of coffee and I'll be fine. Then for dinner, remember, I got a family of 4. So you guys have seen pictures and you guys seen videos. Sometimes they come in here, right? So you've seen my family if you've been following me for a while. So we have a family of 6, 4 kids, right? So I have to make sure that I'm cooking for everyone. So dinner is usually something like spaghetti, or we did a lot of tacos. This week it was tacos. So I made a huge thing of ground beef, and then we turned that into tacos. For the family, they did, I think it was nachos, they did tacos, they use it for different things. For me, I made a taco salad. So see how we can have the same meal without making extra food for everybody, right? So while they had their tacos, I had a taco salad. Basically just took some lettuce, I added the ground beef over it, I added some salsa, some cheese, and called it a day. Normally I'd have some guacamole or some avocado, but we ran out. And then I may have a protein shake throughout the day, because remember, we're protein focused. Even that dinner has ground beef in it. It's got different things for protein so that I can continue to nourish my body. So that's what nutrition looked like this week for me. I didn't really go off a plan too much this week. I stayed relatively low carb with an occasional rice cake. And then sometimes I get a little off with the almonds or cashews, right? So I'm trying to stay away from that. Work to stick to 1 ounce of nuts a day, because I am the queen of just, ooh, I can get some almonds. Let me grab some. So I stayed away from that. Let's move on to exercise. So if you watched last week, I talked about how I only got in 2 workouts, and how this week I'm committed to 4 workouts. And so I'll show you a couple of them, but I did a lot of kettlebell work because I love my kettlebell. So I did a lower body workout with my kettlebell, and then I did an upper body workout with some dumbbells. And throughout the week, I also did some cardio on my bike. And that's what the week looked like for exercise. So it's 4 days, and I got some upper body, some lower body, and the bike. Now, we've been snowed in this week, so I couldn't get to the gym. I had to do everything here at my home with the kids running in and out. And guess what? We get to include them. So many times I'll bring my kids in and we'll work out together because we're getting it in, right? So that's what exercise looked like. And it's weights focused. So when I say upper body, I'm grabbing weights, I'm grabbing a dumbbell, I'm working out, right? I'm working my muscles. Remember, that also goes into maintaining and protecting our muscles, right? So that's exercise. That was exercise for this week. And I'll continue to show you all exactly what I'm doing. Let's go into an additional tip. Remember, water is super key. Staying hydrated will really help you on this journey. I realized that I had been going a while without drinking as much water. If you've been following me, you know I am a water girl. I am, 150 ounces of water a day. Well, I got really focused over the last 6 months on just life and traveling and all types of things, and I wasn't getting in my normal 150 ounces. So I was down to maybe like 100 ounces some days. There were days I only drank 90 ounces of water. I know that seems like that's a lot to some people, but when you're someone like me who drinks 150 ounces, 90 is going to make you dehydrated. Dehydration makes you actually retain water. So that's what was happening to me. So I amped up my water this week, and I'll show you how I did it. 2 ways to amp up my hydration this week. One is I got a bigger cup, right? I got a 40-ounce cup, and I've been drinking water all day long. I know if I have 3 of these, I am good. That's 120 ounces of water. I got it in. I'm at least getting 120. I'm gonna stay hydrated. The other thing that I do here, right? So I get my electrolytes in, and basically I use a company called Keto. I love Keto. That's the protein powder I use through electrolytes and the water. It's so good. I like the mango flavor, but I have a variety flavor pack, so I can use any flavor. I'll leave the description because I think we can get 10% off for the electrolytes. And these are low carb with no sugar. So between these 2, I am hydrated now. I upped the exercise from 2 to 4, asking myself, am I hungry right now, or am I eating because it's there? Comment below. Let me know if you're doing that. And now I'm gonna do, the shirt off so you guys can see the difference, all right? This is the front. You'll see the difference between the first week and now. Front. Here's the side. And the back. Other side. So that's where we are. Basically, my abs are starting to come in again. My back is beginning to, some of the rolls are going away now. We can see that. And the body is just starting to get where it was. But even better, my knees feel better, right? My back's not hurting anymore, and even my neck is getting a little better. Shifts and weight loss is important, but how you feel is even more important. And I'm feeling so much more energetic and feeling so much better because now I'm nourishing myself the right way again. And I'm also prioritizing my health, nutrition, movement, hydration, and self-care. All right, next week we'll talk more about self-care. And next week I'll show you where I am. Right now I'm down about almost 10 pounds. And maybe next week I'll actually start showing my weight, because you know what I realize is we get a little bit of shame when it comes to weight, and we get to release that and step into, hey, I'm human, I'm me, and here's where I am. So that's what I want to start to really embrace, and really I want to lead that effort. Love you guys. Be sure to subscribe. Let's continue this conversation, and I'll see y'all next week. I'll also see you throughout the week because I drop in with a little bit of lives, all right? So definitely catch me on my lives, and go ahead, set the notifications so you can catch me when I go live. And you can ask questions and all kinds of things. But be sure to comment too, because I'm in the comments answering these questions. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Have a great day. Take care.